Yo, what's going on, everybody? It is Monday, 11 a.m. in Connecticut. We're going to do a live with Leo today. Leo will be on here in a second. Figured I'd jump on, tell everybody what's up. Last minute here, Leo decided he's going to want to do a quick live with me today. So we didn't really have any plans. I'm still home from work for having fucking COVID. So I said, yeah, why not? Let's do it, bro. We're going to go over the current champions in the UFC, what kind of road ahead each one of them has in front of them in 2022. Talk about who's most likely to still have their title at the end of the year. I got a lot of opinions on a lot of these. So, as you can see, I'm bundled up because for some fucking reason, my house is like 60 degrees right now, which 60 sounds fine, but it's 20 degrees outside. So it really feels like 40 in here. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I just cranked the heat up. Yep. Been battling COVID. I should be going back to work tomorrow. So I'll be shaving off this quarantine beard, which is making me sad. I wish we could just wear a beard in the army. We're the only fucking army in the world that doesn't allow you to wear a goddamn beard. But you go on a deployment, you go to every single fucking chow hall in the world. You got the Australian army, the German army, they all got fucking beards. But not the United States Army. We got to be clean cut all the time. Unless you got a shaving profile, which is fucking impossible to get. Not impossible, but it's a fucking task. We got some MMA coming up finally. I think at the end of this, I think Saturday, right? Saturday is the 15th. We're gonna have Calvin Kattar making his return to the octagon ever since his beating that he took from Max Holloway last year. It's been a full year, I think. I don't think Kattar's been in there for an entire year, which is completely understandable because he got punched fucking 900 goddamn times in one fight. I mean, that'll take a lot out of anybody. That'll change your goddamn life. What's up, DJ Tony? What's up, Brad Williams? Thanks for tuning in. We're waiting on Leo. Leo should be here in a second. He just shot me a message, said 2 to 3 minutes, and that was like 2 minutes ago. So, yeah, Calvin Kattar. That fight with Max Holloway was January 16th, 2021, and he'll be fighting on January 15th, 2022. So almost a full year since he's been in there. He's taking on Giga Chikadze, which is a fucking tough task on his first fight back. Giga's no joke. Yeah, so we'll see. We'll see about that. When Leo gets on here, we're going to talk about all kinds of shit like this. Yeah, I'll tell you right now, I'm pretty much 97% out of this COVID shit. I still got some scratchiness in my voice. My throat hurts a little bit. What's up, Dave Morgan? But as far as like the COVID fatigue goes and all that shit, man, I think I'm through it. I think I'm through it all, and I can get right back to work. I can get back to doing shows twice a week. Get back to traveling, going to do some live content at these events. We'll be at Cage Wars next week and in the next month. Thank you, Dave. Next month, Mike and I will be making the trip to Hollywood, Florida, so we can take part in Knucklemania 2. Dave Morgan's in the comment section. He was part of the Knucklemania 1, I believe. Fought... Who the fuck did he fight? Travis Thompson. He fought Travis Thompson at Knucklemania 1. That shit was awesome, man. That was such a good event. You need to get me on the show soon. Yeah, we'll get you on the show soon, man. We got a lot of stuff booked up right now. I don't know where the hell fucking Leo is right now. But in the meantime, make sure you guys are liking and sharing all our content, subscribing to the YouTube channel, go into the store, dude, the Mission Accomplished store at myshopify.com, missionaccomplished.myshopify.com, and buy yourself some gear, man. It's really good stuff. I went through and took a lot of time going through brand names and whatnot because I wanted our clothes to be comfortable and long lasting. So I didn't want to get no cheap bullshit. So took the time, designed it all myself. So get on the store, get some of that shit, like and share the show. And our boy Leo is in the waiting room right now. So without further ado, let's get this goddamn show on the road with my boy Leo from the other side of the Atlantic Ocean.
Let's get it on.
What's going on, brother? Check it out. I even put Live with Leo up in the corner there. How you like that?
Yeah, I see that. I like the artwork. Nice.
Oh, yeah. So what's up, man? How are you?
I'm good. I'm all good. Yes.
Yeah.
What about you?
Well, a lot of things are up with me. My wife is away at school, right, for a 2-week course. She's gone. So I'm home alone with the boys and a mother-in-law in the basement apartment that is going through cancer treatment, right? So on top of all that, I catch COVID, right? I caught COVID. The mother-in-law got positive for COVID. One of the kids got sick. Didn't get COVID, but he got sick. So the last week and a half of my life has been a fucking goddamn shit show, man. Absolutely.
Yeah, I can understand that. Huh? Yeah, that sounds rough.
Yeah, and there's no friggin' combat sports on TV for me to even watch. I'm stuck home all day long, all day, every day, quarantining, and there's no fucking fights on TV.
There's not like KSWs and stuff like that at the moment. I saw like maybe it's later. Yeah, probably nothing at all.
What's new with you?
Not much actually. Since quite quiet during the holidays. Yeah, classic, you know.
Do you go nuts for like on New Year's out where you live? Do they go fucking crazy on New Year's and have giant parties and fireworks and all that kind of shit, or is that like?
I was at a party during New Year's, but yeah, it was a bit weird, but yeah. But yeah, there was fireworks everywhere, like people blowing up stuff, especially in the countryside.
Yeah, everyone's just hugging and kissing on each other and passing the COVIDs in each other's fucking mouths and shit.
I guess everyone was somewhere at New Year's, I think, but not only in France, I guess.
Well, dude, we haven't been on here in a couple weeks. This was a spur of the moment thing here. Why don't we talk about, since we're in a brand new year, it's 2022 now. We are out of 2021.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah, we're out of 2021. They're about to start kicking events off this weekend. Why don't we first of all start talking about some of these champions? And what I wanted to do with you, because this is always a fun conversation, we'll just go through each weight class real quick, talk about who's the champ, what they got coming up for themselves, and do you think that they will still hold the title at the end of this year? And if not, who do you think will hold it? We'll start right off with the UFC heavyweight champion.
You want to start with the okay? I thought we start with the ladies for politeness, but okay.
For politeness,
the big boys.
Let's start with the big boys first.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah. Let's start with the big boys. Francis Ngannou, dude. Francis Ngannou is a big, bad, scary friggin' man. He is 6'5", 260 pounds of freaking granite. Hits like a truck.
Muscles. No fats.
Muscles on top of muscles. He destroyed Stipe to take that title. And now he takes a 5-fight win streak into a former training partner, Cyril Gane, at the first pay-per-view of the year. How do you see that fight happening? And past that fight, who are some of the names in the heavyweight division that you think may actually make a run at one of those two guys, depending on who takes that title?
Okay, so first of all, so we have Francis that comes from. When did he fought Stipe? When was that?
Francis. It seems like it was forever ago, but
yeah. It feels like it was.
He fought Stipe back. Wow, March 2021.
Okay, March 2021. Wow.
Yeah, almost 10 months ago. He hasn't fought in 10 months.
Yeah, it feels even longer than that. I don't know why. But yeah, so he's coming from 10 months without fighting, which is in the past it will seem a lot, because when you think about like the big years of Matt Hughes when he was fighting 9 times a year, and by the way, that's something I was thinking earlier, but those guys were fighting all the time. Like those guys were fighting 10 times a year. When a busy fighter today will fight 3 or 4 times a year, like Cobra.
Right.
But yeah, he didn't front since a year. So obviously he's not stalling. He's probably training hard and stuff. But and I think he trains with Rico Verhoeven, or who's the guy he hired, like really high talented striker guy to sharpen his technique. So yeah, like you can see already the changes as well in his style with the last Stipe fight. So that's gonna be a tough fight for Cyril. I love Cyril. That he's my favorite on that. He got half of the belts, if you can call it like that, with the interim.
With the interim, yeah.
He's highly technical. I think he's more technical than Francis, but Francis showed a lot of improvement. So it's interesting. May he be able to catch him. About Cyril's chin, for example, because people were talking about that during the the preparation of the fight, and they were saying like what are the ups and downs. They were saying we don't know about Cyril's chin, but he took some heavy shots from Rosenstruik, and I think he took a big shot from Lewis as well. So he can handle a big shot. Like those guys hit hard. Like maybe not as hard as Francis, but they still though hit hard.
Who do you think hits harder, Francis or the Black Beast?
I don't know. They didn't try the power cube on Derek Lewis.
I'll tell you right now, man. Derek Lewis hit Chris Daukaus a couple weeks ago.
Yeah,
my man. I'll tell you right now, he hit him with like a little short uppercut against the cage. Didn't even look like he really wound up on that thing. He just hit him, boom.
He's not the only one that hits like. I mean, Tai Tuivasa as well. Like, bam, bam.
Which is it's funny that you say that, because they have booked that fight. You know that, right?
Yeah.
I don't understand. See, I don't understand rankings. I don't understand what the hell they even have rankings for, because they got Derek Lewis ranked number 3. You got Tai Tuivasa ranked number 11.
Derek Lewis is number 3. What is my rankings? I got MMA World's rankings, and I got Stipe ranked number 3.
What I'm looking at here,
I must be on the I don't know.
Let's see, on the UFC rankings.
It's the official, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so UFC rankings, you got Ciryl Gane number 1, interim champion. You got Stipe Miocic 2, Derek 3, Blades 4, Volkov 5, and so on, all the way down to Tai Tuivasa at the number 11 spot. Now Tai, yeah, he's a needle mover. He's definitely an interesting character. We all love Tai Tuivasa and his shoeies and all that stuff, but for him to get a shot at Derek Lewis is a huge step up for him. I think
that's impressive. That shows that the UFC want to push the star power of Tai.
Yeah,
that proves that he got a star power as well.
He does have stuff, and you know what? He's a smart cat too, because he you see what he did? He what the hell is it called? It's the shoey. He like
the shoe. Yeah. That's
it's like it's something that like you stick a beer in it and like you turn it and you fucking. It's almost like a beer funnel, but it's a shoe. So, man, he's smart. He's marketing his Aussie drinking habits and making money off of it. So
and he got something because of his origins and his way of style. Like he can like compare it to Mark Hunt, and he got as well something of the early old school UFC in him. You know, the whole shoe thing with the beer and stuff reminds me of the guy, you know, with the UFC painting on the head, doing like you know, like
the Just Bleed dude.
Yeah, it's this kind of vibes of old school UFC that I think a lot of people like in him. Maybe like he's genuine. It's genuine old school fighter.
He's very very likable. He's a cool dude. So with that said, man, here's what you got going on right now in the heavyweight division. You got Francis fighting Ciryl Gane January 22nd at UFC 270.
Yeah.
Then you
yeah,
got
yeah.
Derek Lewis at number 3 fighting.
So maybe we'll talk about the pronostic of this fight later when we talk about the next
Yeah,
card.
you got Derek Lewis. I guess what I'm wondering what's taking so long to book Stipe Miocic a fight. Assuming they're waiting for this Francis Cyril Gane fight to play out, or maybe a John Jones pops in there in like the April.
Yeah, that's
John
weird,
Jones
and
said
that's a
that
bit
he was.
disrespectful as well for Stipe. No one talks about him, or it's like he's gone.
It is. It's like he's gone. You got Jarzinho and Rosenstrike. You got Chris Daukaus. Those guys are coming off losses. So
Yeah.
with that said, we'll talk about the Cyril Gane and Ngannou fight a little later in depth. But you can tell me why later. Who do you see? Do you see Francis defending his title and keeping it?
That's one of the hardest, like tightest possible matchup you can make in any title shots.
And they know each other. They know each other very well.
They spar together. It's team former MMA Factory versus new dog of the MMA Factory. So there is a clash. There is a story behind. I got Cyril, but it's hard. It's definitely hard. But I got Cyril. I believe. Achieve, believe, conceive. Oh no, it's the
Achieve, believe, conceive. Shut the fuck up.
I'm a samurai.
That's awesome. And you got Cyril Gane taking that fight. Do you see any guys in that top 10 that could take it from him? And do you see him finishing out the year as the champion? Let's just do that.
You got some tight guys in the division still. I mean, you got John Jones coming up. We don't know. That's a bit of mystery around that.
You have John Jones. You got Stipe, like we just talked about.
There. And Stipe is like you can't count him out because he got knocked out. Like he proved the first fight he could beat intelligently Francis. He's a smart fighter. He's really tough. He's really highly technical. He definitely not out of the picture. I don't know why people are like kind of like even ignoring him. You still have Derek Lewis just coming out of a crazy knockout, so obviously maybe can figure out something. But I don't know. I don't feel him being necessarily more a danger to Cyril or Francis than he was before.
Yeah.
I would be curious to see a rematch with Francis, but I'm a bit scared in a way as well. Obviously.
All right. Gun to the head. Who has the title of heavyweight champion at the end of 2022? And we'll move on to
it. I don't know, because you still have like guys like, for example, Thomas Pinal that is coming up. That is like looking a lot like Cyril in a lot of ways.
Yeah, he's on a 7-fight win streak too. Aspen Wallace.
So I want to say Cyril, but there is guys in it that's like, Aspinall is there. Tuivasa is going up. Maybe he beats Luis, and he's more technical than Luis. He's faster. He's a bit craftier in his punches and stuff. So he could be dangerous as well. I see Cyril.
There you go.
Dominant.
Now let's move on to the light heavyweight division. With the old man himself, Father Time has not caught up to Glover Teixeira because he looks better than ever. I think he's 44 years old. I don't know off the top of my head. I have to look it up. but Glover Teixeira, he's on a 6-fight win streak. He wins that title. He looks better than ever. You got no fight for him lined up right now. Yuri Prochazka is the guy that Prohaska. He's probably the guy that they should book him to fight, right? He's got nothing lined up either. You got Jan Blachowicz and Alexander Radek fighting each other at Fight Night 205.
Rakic is a beast.
Yeah.
And how much win streak he is as well himself? Like,
Yuri?
Rakic.
Yuri's on a Radek?
Yeah.
He's on a 2-fight win streak.
Okay, so I thought it was more. Sorry.
Yuri is on a 12-fight win streak, and that kid is a fucking beast. So, Glover Teixeira,
the fight in Japan.
Yep, he did.
Against some washed up all like for example, in this fight you have what's his name again? He did the Ultimate Fighter, former UFC fighter that he knocked out.
Yeah, he fought. I know he fought King Mo, but he also fought CB Dalloway. CB Dalloway.
Yeah.
He also beat up Fabiano Maldonado. So,
but it's not the same quality of like.
No.
I mean, that was CB, old CB.
Right. I will give you that. But he did come into the UFC, and they immediately threw him in there with Volkan Oezdemir, and he knocked out Oezdemir.
I don't diminish his qualities. Yeah, just the win streak.
Yeah. And then they gave him Dominic Reyes, and he fucked up Dominic Reyes.
Oh, he destroyed him. Yeah,
he destroyed him.
He had some moments because of his style, but that will be less a problem with Glover. But because of his, I mean, I say that, but he might get caught by one of those nasty hooks that Glover can put, because he tends to be quite flatline with his head, and took some heavy shots by Reyes, and he got rocked.
I look way down in this division now. It's really these divisions when you look at their rankings.
Yeah.
There really are. They're ranked pretty correctly, man, because champion through 5 in each division are kind of in like a league of their own compared to everybody from 6 down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They got them ranked right. I don't see anybody past number 6. Magomed Ankalaev could be a dark horse. He's a bad boy.
Beast. He's terrifying.
He's fighting Thiago Santos at Fight Night 203. Johnny Walker has a fight coming up against
Johnny Walker.
Who the fuck is he? He's fighting Jamal Hill.
Yeah,
but
that's a good fight.
The only guys that are not booked right now in the top 10 is Anthony Smith, who's on a 3-fight win streak. He's looked pretty good. Yuri, and then Dominic Reyes and Volkan Oezdemir. They're not going to give Oezdemir or Dominic Reyes a title shot because they're both coming off losses. Nikita Kryalov's coming off a loss. So Yuri is the only one that makes sense right now for Glover Teixeira. They should go ahead and book that one. Now, say they book that. Do you see Glover beating Yuri Prochazka?
It's even worse nearly than the Ngannou Gan fight. Like, at least I can more confidently say that Gan is going to win this one. But like, what about this one? It's just Jiri himself is how to say that, negating all odds, because he's so unorthodox and weird in his style that you can't really think about anything technique wise. You know, like. I mean, I think Glover got chances definitely, but Jiri is a different animal. Like we haven't seen a guy like that since a while, I think.
Yep, he's 15 years younger.
Yeah,
he's 6'4".
He is,
like you said, he has unorthodox movements, a lot of spinning.
Efficient.
Yeah, very efficient. But he throws from weird angles, a lot of spinning shit. A lot of elbows, spinning back fists.
The little moves.
A lot of he does a lot of the fucking play around shit to try to throw you off. Glover being
his hair, like
Glover being the seasoned veteran though doesn't fall for a lot of that shit. He's about the most technical guy in that division. Glover is as technical as it gets with everything.
How old school is this guy? This guy was fighting in 2005.
He was fucking Randy Couture's #1 training partner in 2001.
Yeah.
20 years ago.
Crazy,
you know what I mean?
Crazy.
20 years ago, he was the man.
Dana White pre-Zuffa.
Right. He was the man. He was the man that was sharpening Randy Couture's tools up, you know what I mean, back when Randy was in his championship days, and now 20 years later he's holding the fucking strap and he's fighting all these young kids, man. So I see it the same way you do. I love Glover Teixeira, but I don't see him beating Yuri. I don't.
I got Jiri as a favorite, even if Glover is so surprising. I had technically Thiago Santos as a favorite against him. I had Jan against the favorites against him. and every time he proves me wrong. So I don't want to say anymore, something about that.
It's tough to bet against the old man for sure. Now,
and I'm happy, I'm happy he proved me wrong because I love this guy. Really cool.
and the other two guys that I think it's really a 4-person race. I mean, it's a three-man race to see who fights Glover.
I should do tournaments.
It's Jan versus Alexander Radic. They're fighting at Fight Night 205. The winner of that could fight Glover, or they can just book the Yuri one. So with that said, end of 2022, who holds the light heavyweight strap? Glover, Jan, Yuri, Alexander, Anthony Smith, Thiago Santos, Magomed Ankalaev. Who you got?
Yeah, I agree with you that past top 6, they don't make sense. I don't see them, except for Paul Craig.
Paul Craig is a surprise too.
Yeah,
but didn't he just say like he plans on retiring from MMA in 2022? I thought I saw some. Yeah, it was I want to say I saw that somewhere. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm fucking making shit up in my head.
I hope you are. I love to see this guy compete like a bit more. He's great. I don't know. I like Ankalaev's chances because he's so scary.
He's powerful as hell, yeah.
And he got everything. Like he got everything. This guy is like a machine. To be fair, passing Thiago Santos is gonna be hard, but
I do think
Rakic
that
got chances as well. I like Rakic as well. Really, really technical. Too cautious sometimes, but really technical. That's hard that you make me say no. I don't know Jiri. Let's say Jiri. I believe in the antenna.
All right. So my choice for 2022 end of the year light heavyweight champion, I think I'm going with Alexander Radic. I think Yuri will end up taking the title from Glover. I think Radic beats Jan Blachowicz, and then Yuri and Radic down the road fight each other, and Alexander takes it.
That's really tight though, and
yeah,
I think
it's very tight.
Be wrong both.
Right, and like you said, Magomed Ankalaev, if he gets through it, Thiago Santos, I think he jumps from 6 all the way up to 4. I think he jumps Anthony Smith. He finds himself in the top 5, and Ankalaev could be with an 8-fight win streak. If he beats Thiago Santos in impressive fashion, say he knocks out Santos, which I don't know if he will, but say he knocks out Santos and he's on an 8-fight win streak and he finds himself in the top 5, he could be in a title picture. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And he's starting to grow something with the fights with Cutelaba. Cutelaba, I don't say like he draws high star power, but he's kind of a big name anyway, and he molds him like nothing.
Yeah.
Twice. So yeah.
Number 3
top. Dominic Reyes.
Dominic Reyes, yeah. I wonder if Dominic Reyes still has him, and he's taken some beatings.
I don't know. He took too much damage, I think.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go to the middleweight.
Let's go to the light.
Israel Adesanya is kind of. I mean, I think him and Usman are about. Oh no, never mind. Valentina Shevchenko. Now Israel Adesanya is about to fight Robert Whittaker at UFC 271. They're running that back. He beat the living breaks off of freaking Robert Whittaker the first time they fought. Made it look pretty damn easy.
Yeah.
Robert Whittaker has turned it around, and he has gone on a 3-fight win streak and looked really good.
Can you recapitulate me just who he beats during those fights?
All right, let me show. He has beaten Darren Till by unanimous decision.
Yeah, I remember that.
Jared Cannonier by unanimous decision, and Kelvin Gastelum by unanimous decision.
That was good fights, and that was dominance.
He has one thing about Robert Whittaker, doesn't really finish people. I mean, he has 9 knockouts in his career, but they all came early. In his last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In his last 7 fights, he has gone the distance in 5 of them. Won them all by decision.
Mm.
And then he got knocked, and in the middle there, he got knocked out by Israel Adesanya in the second round of their fight. And Israel, like I said, looked like he was in a different class than Robert in that fight. Now you got Israel Adesanya fighting Robert Whitaker. You got Marvin Vettori sitting there at number 2.
Yeah, it's a
Doesn't have
Big Ben chose Marvin Vettori for his pick of the year.
who's that? Big Ben picked who?
Yeah, he picked Marvin Vettori for the title.
Oh,
for the
there you
title in
go.
the end of the year.
Dude, I love Marvin Vettori, but
I like him, but yeah.
but you also got blonde Derek Bronson. Blonde Bronson is a problem for these guys. Bronson's fight. Yeah, Blonde Bronson is fighting Jared Cannonier. Paulo Costa is sitting there at number 5, coming off a loss to Marvin Vettori and Jack Hermanson, and my psychopathic dark horse of this division, Mr. Sean Strickland, who loves to get to as close to death as possible every time he steps into a cage.
Why he trains with Francis Ngannou.
He's a fucking lunatic. Sean Strickland is an absolute psychopath, and I love that about him. So
yeah, but that's I don't know. Maybe like we find out that he got like tons of human bodies in his saying, and
he's buried in his basement. So Israel Adesanya, so Adesanya versus Whitaker 2. Who you got taking that?
Israel. I can't bet against Israel. Come on. Yeah,
Israel.
I love Roberts, and he's amazing, but he's not all young, and But
now,
after the Pena fight, she made me reconsider everything about MMA ever. So I'm like, maybe catch him. He's in the guards of and Adesanya is on top of him, and he's Kimura out of him. And he taps. Crazy. I don't know.
So you got and I agree with you. I got Israel beating Robert Whitaker again, keeping his title it'll be his 4th defense if he does that. Then what? You got Cannonier versus Brunson. You got Strickland versus Hermanson lined up. Paulo Costa just lost to Marvin Vettori. Everybody after number 7 down, I don't even consider them in the conversation. Darren Till, no offense. Till, Uriah Hall, Kelvin Gastelum, Brad Tavares. None of those guys.
Nasruddin. Aha. Nasruddin. Watch out, because he's freaking amazing. Like, I think he's top 5 material easily. So.
And then you got Kevin Holland.
At the end of 2022, it will be too early for him to get to the title picture. That's it. But otherwise, I think he gets in 2023 in the title picture if everything goes right.
Okay. All right. So next year we'll be talking about him.
I hope
At the end of this year, has anybody dethroned Israel Adesanya?
No.
No. And you know what, man? I'm going to click on this because I don't remember when he won that title. If he goes another year with that belt, he won the title in October 6, 2019 from Robert Whitaker. If he goes another year, dude, that's 3 years. That's a solid. That's over 3 years as the reigning champion of the middleweight division.
Is 3 years in 2022 equivalent as 3 years in 2002?
Absolutely not, because like you said earlier, those guys back in 2001, 2002, 2003, they're fighting 6, 7, 8 times a year. These guys, if we see Israel twice this year, we'll be very lucky.
Oh yeah, Dricus du Plessis. Sorry, Big Ben just said Dricus du Plessis. Yeah, he's up and comer. That's right. He's a fucking beast.
Yeah. Where is he even ranked? He's not even ranked though.
I don't think so.
So it's good to hear some up and coming names, coming around. Everyone remember last year, everybody thought Edmund Shabazian was going to be a fucking major player, but he fell right off too. So so that's it, man. Israel Adesanya remains the champion at the end of this year. If anybody does. Bronson wins if they fight again. Bronson wins if he fights Israel. Is that what? That's coming from my boy Mike Hunold, I believe. So
yeah, definitely, because it's your page.
Yep. So all right. Well, I mean, if Derek Brunson beats Jared Cannonier and he gets in there with Israel Adesanya, that would be a very interesting one, especially if he shows up blonde Bronson. No doubt about it.
Anything can happen, but I still see Israel as a favorite on this one.
Bronson stands like this all the time.
He's a ball.
All right.
At the
So
board.
let's go number. Let's go to the
welterweight.
welterweight division, dude. Is it the same story as we just talked about with Israel Adesanya? Does anybody dethrone Kamaru Usman this year? He's on a fucking 19 fight win streak. He's defended his title 5 times. He's had 2 very close fights with Colby Covington. He's basically beat everybody in the top 10 now. He hasn't fought Bilal Muhammad.
Yeah.
Sean Brady is a very interesting one.
Since Leon Edwards became really relevant. When he fought Leon Edwards, it was ages ago. It was like 6 years ago or 7 years ago. So
yeah,
that's you can even consider Leon Edwards as somebody he never really fought because it's not even the same fighter anymore.
Man, you go back 4 years. You go back 4 years ago when go all the way back to Leon Edwards. That was 6 years ago.
Yeah.
He has beaten guys by with the names of Leon Edwards, Sean Strickland, Emil Meck, Damian Maia, Rafael Dos Anjos, Tyron Woodley, Colby Covington, Jorge Masvidal, Gilbert Burns, Jorge Masvidal, Colby Covington. This guy really is in the conversation as one of the best welterweights of all time, without question. If he goes another year without being defeated and carries this title through 2022, it's a real sit down and talk about it conversation with him and GSP as the best welterweight of all time.
Yeah.
Honestly, because if he beats, say they don't. It's funny because if you look at the top, dude, if you look at the top 15 of the welterweight division, they don't have a single fight booked, not one, nothing. So.
All the top 15s of the welterweights, none of them have a fight booked.
I'm looking at it right now. As of this moment,
That's
now,
crazy.
Nobody is booked for anything. You got Khamzat Chimaev sitting there at number 11. You got Sean Brady. I love Sean Brady. Sean Brady at number 9.
He's good.
That boy is a bad boy, and he's on a 15-fight win streak.
Mike Chiesa that got caught stupidly, but okay, that's a shame. I was so much hoping that Michael Chiesa was going up.
Michael Chiesa. And Michael Chiesa made himself look like a fucking dummy at the Pena fight.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, dude. Can you fucking come on, get a hold of yourself.
Yeah, he was drunk as hell. But like Pena said, like she defended her well, saying like that's been since 10 years they trained together and stuff, and finally seeing her winning that made him flip out.
All right, so let's just do this. Since there's no fights booked and Kamaru Usman is, top 2 welterweight of all time. They don't make the Kobe fight again.
Not for now.
Not right now.
That should happen. Because for me, the last fight that was so close, it could even have went to Kobe.
So here's what's going to happen. Gilbert Burns and Khamzat Chimaev have verbally agreed to fight each other.
Yes, but
there has not been a contract. The UFC has not booked that fight or anything. But if they get number 11 Chimaev versus number 2 Gilbert Burns and Khamzat Chimaev,
agree? Really? Because I thought
with each other
said he didn't want it because he was too low ranking.
No. This was in the last couple of days. They were tweeting back and forth with each other, and they said, "Let's do it. Let's get the contract."
That's pretty stupid. From no. Okay, I can understand from Gilbert if he beats him. That's a big star power thing, but that's dangerous because he's number 11 Khamzat. So yeah.
So Khamzat beats. Okay, just theoretically, Gilbert Burns and Khamzat fight. Chimaev beats him. Is he the guy that knocks off Kamaru Usman?
You mean if Gilbert Burns fights
if Gilbert Burns
and loses, and
if
he gets a title picture right away?
If Chimaev beats the number 2 ranked Gilbert Burns and he impresses the way he has been this whole time and ragdolls freaking Gilbert Burns, not saying he will, but if he does,
if he really destroys him like a baby.
Does he immediately skyrocket up the rankings and get that title shot against Kamaru Usman?
Eventually, if he really does that dominantly, yes. Otherwise, he'll have to go through Colby, I think.
Because honestly, dude, when I look at this top 15 in the current top 15 in the UFC welterweight division, I don't see any of them. I don't see Bilal Muhammad beating him. I don't
Really?
see Bilal Muhammad beating Kamaru Usman. I
Oh, okay. I
don't.
thought you meant Khamzat Chimaev.
No. I don't. I don't see Sean Brady beating Usman yet. Magny will never get in that title shot. Stephen Thompson won't get in there.
Magny is crafty. He's an old
He is
veteran.
crafty, but I'm saying they're not going to put him in a title fight. No way.
No.
So what it comes down to
have to
is
fight.
a third Kobe fight, which they're not going to do right now. Gilbert Burns, and if Gilbert Burns fights Khamzat, it's Khamzat. So,
But they will do the Leon Edwards fight, right? First of all,
with Leon versus Kamaru.
yeah, come on. It's been too long. They can't like
They fought
split
6
on
years.
Edwards'
They fought
face.
6 years ago, and they
Yeah.
tried to book that a couple times, right?
Yeah, I guess for keeping waiting Usman, they're gonna do the Leon Edwards fight, and a lot of people start to asking for it, because I mean they realize that Edwards is being like ignored. So I think there is chances we might see that, and I hope so, because I mean, come on, that's fair.
So yeah, that makes sense. So in the meantime, right now, right, Kobe's on the shelf because he just lost.
I don't know what happens for him, but
Burns and Chimaev fight, and in the meantime, Kamaru defends his title against Leon Edwards. Does he beat Leon Edwards again?
I mean, Edwards changed a lot. I mean, I like his chances, at least.
Yeah.
It's not. That's what I wanted to say at first when you said another one like Adesanya. I mean, actually, there is more competition.
There's
for Usman. First of all, there is still Colby. That is, I mean, even if he just came off a loss, technically, just in technical term, he's still a high contender for his belt, and he proved it. Gilbert Burns is tough as well. Leon Edwards, you got Vicente Luque.
He's on a 4-fight win streak too.
He's nasty. He can surprise a lot of people there. Bilal Muhammad, he's quite tough as well. He's strong wrestling, but I don't see him beating Usman though. I see him beating other people, but not Usman. But I don't want to demeanor him. I think he's even like a bit underrated. I think he's a really potent fighter. He likes a bit maybe on the striking level, and I think he would suffer with Usman in that regard, because he wouldn't be able to take him down. I don't think in any world Muhammad is a better wrestler than Colby, and I don't think he ever puts down Usman. And I think Usman just blasted him with the punches.
I agree 100%.
And for the rest, I mean, Jorge, Stephen Wonderboy, Neil Manny, as you said, Sean Brady, Chiesa, Chimaev is the only one, obviously.
Big Ben's got a few names. He's got Rakhmonov and Ponzinibbio.
Ponzinibbio, no, come on, not Ponzinibbio. No, I don't see him.
I think Ponzinibbio like 2 years ago might have been in the conversation, maybe 2 years ago, but not right now.
His time is fast.
So let's finish this one up. Yep. Does he finish the year as the champion?
No, but I won't say by who.
All right, so I'm gonna go. I would go ahead and say that if he beats Leon Edwards and Chimaev beats Burns, we got ourselves a hell of a title fight later on in the year. Khamzat Chimaev versus Kamaru Usman, and that might be the day that he loses his title.
I want to see Chimaev fighting upper ranks.
Yeah, he needs.
And I don't say that.
How about a Chimaev versus?
Lose, but I want to see like what he's made of, really, against like real top 10.
Because what he did to Lee, whatever the Chinese dude, man, he made him look like a real fool.
Li Jingliang.
Yeah, he was carrying him around, talking to Uncle Dana while he was doing it. It was fucking nuts. All right, okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and say that Usman keeps the title throughout the year. Move on to lightweight. Charles Do Bronx Oliveira, 10-fight win streak, defended his title once. He just beat Dustin Poirier. The guy is the real deal, man. He has proven to everybody that he could take a shot. He can get beat up a little bit and then persevere and come back and win the fights.
Yeah, absolutely, man. That's
It's looking like Do Bronx is gonna end up fighting Justin Gaethje. They got all that Conor McGregor talk that fucking always seems to get drummed up. I cannot even believe that Conor's name is even being brought up.
Oh yeah, I told you.
I'll tell you right now, dude. Conor is a problem for Do Bronx if they do fight, because Do Bronx showed that he can get hit in those last few fights. He has taken shots from Chandler and from Dustin Poirier, and we all know that Conor just hits a little bit harder than most of these guys.
Just a little bit. Just
a little bit.
That's enough.
Yeah. So
I love this. I mean, that's always have been my favorite weight class, lightweight, because it's so tight. Man, look at this top 15. Everyone could be champion potentially at some point. I mean, not everyone, but most of them.
Even all the way down to like Gregor Gillespie at 10 and Rafael Fiziev at number 11.
Brad Riddle, even, like, I mean, he just lost to Fiziev, but he showed that he was that close.
Brad Riddle, Riddle. But you got Justin Gaethje, Dustin Poirier, Beneil Dariush, and Islam Makhachev are fighting each other at I think it's February something, Fight Night 202. That,
oh my gosh,
that is like a dream. Like
this one makes my heart goes boom boom.
I love as a MMA goon, as Big Ben says, we are MMA goons. We love this shit. Yeah. That's the fight right there that gets me the most excited so far in 2022. Beneil Dariush and Islam Makhachev. That is a fucking.
And if I tell you Charles Oliveira, Conor McGregor, even for the sport, you like the other one, but this one, it's something a bit spicy.
What do you think? What do you think the MMA community does if Conor jumps the line and gets the title fight against Charles Oliveira?
What do you think they do? Cry and whine.
My god, dude! Oh my god! Didn't Justin Gaethje said he'll fucking quit if that happens? Didn't he say I'll walk or something like that? I don't know, man. But just
before anything, I'd like to troll about that. But like I do not consider it's fair if Conor gets a title shot, indeed. But as a fan, like I'm kind of happy. So
it's like listen to fucking Gaethje's last 3 years, man.
Yeah.
Knocked out James Vick, knocked out Edson Barbosa, knocked out Donald Cerrone.
Knocked out James Vick.
Huh? Oh yeah, who hasn't, right? Knocked out Donald Cerrone, knocked out Tony Ferguson, lost to Khabib, and then fucking beat Michael Chandler. So he's got a hell of a resume, and I believe even though he only is on a 1-fight win streak because he lost to Khabib. So Gaethje should get that title fight. I don't think he beats Charles Oliveira, to be honest with you. I don't think he knocks him out. I think Oliveira's ground game and his jiu-jitsu is just so much better than everybody else.
Yeah, and Gaethje showed some weakness in the jiu-jitsu level.
Right.
And some pretension to be submitted, especially by rear naked chokes, which is a problem. Because, I mean, Charles is basically one of the best guys to rear naked choke you anytime, anywhere. So,
did you see Gregor Gillespie call out Tony Ferguson?
Yeah, I think I saw that.
I thought it was fantastic. He was like, he went on his social media and he was like, Tony, you're calling out Michael Chandler because it's wrestling season? He goes, I'm the fucking wrestler. He goes, I beat the shit out of Michael Chandler in college. I fucking wrestle. Michael Chandler don't wrestle. You want to call out a wrestler? You want to call it fucking wrestling season? You fight me, motherfucker. I was like,
yeah. The guy's crazy. I like Gillespie. Like, he's cool. Like, he's a cool dude.
Yeah, and he's only got that one loss where, who was it? Motown, right? Didn't Kevin Lee knock him out cold?
Yeah.
But that's his only loss. He's 14-1, and he got knocked out by Motown.
And Kevin Lee's gonna fight
for.
He's gonna
Eagle. He's fighting for Eagle FC.
He's not fighting. Who is he fighting again?
Kevin Lee.
Yeah.
I don't know who he's fighting. I know he's fighting for Khabib's company. He's fighting
Yeah.
for Eagle FC. Does he
I
have
thought he
a
was fighting some kind of old famous guy, like from the UFC or something like that.
Eagle FC has announced Lee has signed to a 4-fight contract. His debut is happening March 11th at 165 pounds. Doesn't say a title. I mean, doesn't say a name.
He signed as well. What's his name? Former champ, Rashad Evans.
He did?
Yeah,
Did he?
they signed Rashad.
Oh my God! Really?
Crazy.
Needs
Yeah,
to
he's
run.
off the.
Leo, take care. Take care, Big Ben.
He's off the shrooms.
Yeah, Mike says bad KO too. You remember when when he head kicked Gillespie, man. Gillespie's lights were out before he even hit the floor. He shut the world off that
Could
day.
happen to anyone, a kick like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Everybody can get knocked out. But dude, Kevin Lee, I'm looking at his record. Man, for a guy that Khabib signed and says is going to be, our first 165-pound champion, the best 165-pound fighter in the world. This fucking dude is 2-5 in his last 7 fights and has been triangle choked, doctor stopped, beat by decision, arm triangle choked, head kick knocked out, guillotine choked. He's been beaten every single way possible in his last 7 fights. I don't know why everyone's so high on Kevin Lee, man.
Because he had the tools. People wonder if he still have them, but I think he had the tools, and he was a potent fighter. And he did some great things when he arrived. It was impressive. The only problem is mental. I think it's a bit like OFP,
Yeah.
Crazy athlete, crazy talented as well, but shit mental. They crumble like that.
Yeah. So who holds the lightweight title at the end of 2022? Is it Charles Oliveira or is it somebody else?
It's somebody else. I think it's somebody else. I love Charles Oliveira. I feel he can be beaten by some of the people that comes. I don't know if the Conor fight is going to happen, though. Like, I think Dana is on a 50-50 position where he wants to do the fight. He's maybe going to do the fight like he did with Poirier and say, like, fuck off, it's the fight they both want. And the fans will like it anyway. It's Conor, so we're just going to do it. Or is he going to be scared of the more hardcore MMA fans that's going to scream?
What I would love to see happen is for Oliveira and Gaethje to fight.
Yeah.
Beneil and Islam to fight, and Conor to come back and take a fight against somebody like Michael Chandler or Rafael dos Anjos or maybe even a Poirier Part 4. I don't think they would ever do that, but Conor to get in there and get a fight done. I want Islam Makhachev. I want Beneil Dariush to win that fight, but if Islam Makhachev somehow finds himself in a title fight against Charles Oliveira, and then Conor's coming off a win, waiting in the background, can you imagine an Islam Makhachev Conor McGregor fight, like beginning of 2023 or end of 2022?
Yeah, that's not the matchup I would like the most for Conor.
Right, but there's a lot of story behind it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so I know.
That would be exciting.
Yeah, it will make me. It will give me PTSD. Technique. I mean, we wake up my PTSD from the Khabib Conor fight.
All right, my choice
during the fight.
My choice for lightweight champion at the end of 2022 is Islam Makhachev. Okay, that's my guy. Okay. I don't particularly like him, and I don't really like their style of fighting. Honestly, they're so good; they take you down and they just smash you, but. It's basically watching Khabib all over again. You know what I mean? So
yeah, I know. That's why I'm not really too hot about that. But I know he got good chances. I could pick Beneil as well. I think he's actually my favorite in the Islam Dariush fight. I pick Dariush. So
there you go.
I don't know if I pick Dariush for being the champion though. I think Conor might be the champion in the end of the year.
All right, let's leave it at that. You say Conor, I say Islam. God
because
damn it, I love it.
you know why? Because it's maybe one of the last time I could maybe ever do. If it goes wrong, it's maybe the last time I could ever be able to say that Conor might be the champion in the end of the year. So it's the last chance.
It's the last
Please.
hurrah. I mean, let's see if he can even make 155 pounds. That motherfucker's
Oh
huge.
yeah,
right?
yeah, man. He's fucked. Yeah,
Featherweight. Alexander Volkanovski was supposed to fight Max Holloway for a third time. Max got hurt. Now they're talking about Chan Sung Jung, the Korean zombie, stepping in. Alexander Volkanovski
That's
is
crazy.
amazingly good. I do like Korean Zombie. I don't see him beating Alexander Volkanovski. I would have liked to either see. I would like to see Josh Emmett over
Oh.
Korean Zombie. Personally,
Oh, really?
I think that Josh Emmett and Volkanovski would be a phenomenal fight. I think they both have similar styles, and it would be a fantastic fight. Not to say that the Korean Zombie's not a fantastic fight every single time he goes out there. The guy's a freaking monster. But that's who I was hoping. They, obviously Brian Ortega and Yair both coming off losses. Cater's fighting next week or this weekend against Giga. The numbers 7 and 8 guys on these top 10 have my eye. Arnold Allen and Giga Chikadze are like the two.
Yeah. Giga is a mystery for the upper ones. I don't know how he would face against I don't know, Yair, people like that. That would be a great fight. I would love to see that, Yair Giga.
Right.
That would be amazing.
You also
They should do that.
You also got Bryce Mitchell at 14-0, who's about to fight Edson Barbosa at UFC 272. Bryce Mitchell. So what I really love about this division is, we have our staples that have been there forever. You got, 1 through 5. Everyone knows Volk, Max Holloway, Brian Ortega, Yair. I don't know whatever happened to Zabit. He disappeared. He's not even on the rankings anymore. He's just been out for so long that they took him off the rankings. But then,
I think he's even out of the UFC now. I'm not sure.
Is he gone?
I'm not sure 100%, but I think that
he's probably going to sign with Eagle FC.
Yeah, I mean, I love Zabit. I would like to see him. It's for once there is Dagestani with an exciting style. So
I like ranks number 7 through 14 of this division. I fucking love
true 15.
Through 15. Alex
because there is Alex Caceres. Come on.
Yeah, Bruce Leroy. Yeah, I'm not a big Bruce Leroy guy, but
really?
Arnold Adams, Giga. You got Bryce Mitchell. You got Shane Burgos down there. Evolov.
Sodiq Yusuf, Super Sodiq.
Yeah. Youssef. So with that said, Korean Zombie beat Volk.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Because I don't know. I feel he got tools to beat Volk. I don't say like he's better than Ortega like on the ground, for example, but he got enough to cause problems, and I think he's better in other aspects that might make the difference, maybe on the decision or something like that. For example, the Yair Rodriguez fight, he was winning all along. He got knocked out. He's good. He's good. He's smart as winning decisions. So I think he might be able to score points, to do it like that. And I think he got chances that way, maybe.
Here you go. So
use his range. Yeah.
So your answer for champion at the end of the year?
Yeah, by a short hair, I would say Korean Zombie for this fight. And after as a champion, it's tough. Giga could be champ if he fights enough, because he's number 8, so he needs to fight 2 times, maybe something like that. Josh Emmett is in good posture as well. And after, who knows, maybe Max ends up champion by fighting the winner of Korean Volk. And that would be a possibility. They fight twice in the year, let's say, and the last fight is Holloway. And the
Max
time
wins it back.
He recovers and waits once Max wins him back. So I would say Max. You know what?
I would agree with you there. That's my choice. I think that Max by the end of the year gets it back, but I also think that Max seriously considers a move up to lightweight. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens with him. He's getting older, and
I hope
I
he
say
wins the belts before, but
right. So bantamweight, Aljamain is about to fight Peter Yan, UFC 272. After this division is crazy, dude.
Yeah.
You got TJ Dillashaw, Jose Aldo, Corey Sandhagen, Rob Font, Dwalishvili.
Oh my gosh, this guy is tough as well. Dominic Cruz that is coming back.
Dominic Cruz.
Chito,
you know what fights I would make?
Moraes.
These are the fights I would make right now because 2 through 8, they don't have any fights booked. I would book TJ Dillashaw versus Dwalishvili.
Okay.
Then I would make Jose Aldo versus Dominic Cruz. And that leaves 2 guys coming off losses, Corey Sandhagen and Rob Font. I'd match them up too.
I think they're gonna keep Dillashaw in reserve for fighting for the title. Personally.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so. They wouldn't waste him on potential. I think he still got enough star power that they wouldn't want to waste all the rest of his star power on a fight with Dvalishvili that is not that popular.
But if you go down to the, I think 9 through 11 are all pretty much on their way out the door. Marlon Moraes, Pedro Munoz, and Frankie Edgar, they're kind of like gatekeepers now.
Yeah, especially Edgar.
Yeah.
Which is sad.
Which is painful to say because we all love Frankie Edgar, but it's I mean, he looked so bad in his last fight.
It's always a pain in the ass when a OG veteran leaves.
Yeah, I can't forget about Chito Vera at number 8 too. So, and you got Sean O'Malley at 12 and Ricky Simone at 13. Those guys are all fucking serious, man. This is a crazy division. So
Song Yudong, Rafael Assunção, that's tough people.
I think I could say with 100% confidence that Aljamain Sterling will not be the champion by the end of the year.
Absolutely. But I don't know. I think I'm just scared. I think about Pena and Nunes maybe. Makes my brain weird.
So do you agree with me? Do you agree with me?
Yeah,
Aljo does. I don't even think Aljo beats Peter Yan when they fight.
No, I don't. Yeah. I think Peter Yan go through.
I think Peter Yan takes the title back, but then Peter Yan versus TJ Dillashaw is a very interesting fight. A Peter Yan versus Merab fight is really interesting to me too. I would love to see Jose Aldo win a couple more at 35 years old or 36 years old, get himself in a title shot.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolute
you have
legend.
The redemption belt for Dillashaw, a clean belt this time.
Yeah.
Sandhagen is still there. Maybe he can recover and upgrade assets. Dominic Cruz on the way up as well. So you got a lot of veterans still in these tops. That's what I like as well about it.
Mm-hmm.
The bantamweights. I wouldn't get Dominic Cruz as champion, but I would like to see that. But I think Jose Aldo got chances at the end of the year. I could see him beating Peter Yan. Honestly.
There you go. I love Aldo in this weight class. I think he has settled into the weight class. Remember he used to struggle to make 145.
Yeah.
And now he easily makes 135, and he looks great in the ring when he is at 135. So I say my champion at the end of the year though is TJ Dillashaw. I'm gonna go with TJ Dillashaw.
Oh.
That's my guy.
I like that.
I got TJ Dillashaw ending 2022 as the bantamweight champion in the UFC. I don't know if you agree with that, but
I'd like. I don't know if I will pick TJ as the guy. I will pick I think he definitely got chances, and I would like to see that. I don't know if I would say more Aldo or Yan.
Okay.
Yan is my first pick actually.
There we go. So flyweight, Brandon Moreno is about to defend his title against Everson Figueiredo at UFC 270. They also have a Kai Kara France versus Askar Askarov booked. I believe that's a title eliminator. Whoever wins that Kara France versus Askarov fight will fight the winner of Brandon Moreno and Everson Figueiredo. Everybody else in this division is kind of just like,
yeah, it's a bit shallow. Yeah, it's how do you say that? A bit like a bit less a bit less filled.
Yeah, right. I agree with you. I agree. Yeah, I mean, and they have a bunch of fights booked, man. They got
And there's a
uh,
few people I don't even know in the top 15, like Sumu Daerji. I don't know who
yeah,
that is. That's funny because it's just one name.
they got yeah. They got but they have a bunch. This is one division. They have a bunch of fights booked. They got Alex Perez fighting Max Chanel. You
I
got
like Max Chanel.
Yeah, you got Brandon Royval fighting Rodrigo Montorin. You got Kai Kara France and Oscar Askarov. So it's like you got Tim Elliott booked to fight Hagar Yulin Bikov. I don't know who that is, but
Okay, top few. Okay. I hope Team Elliott wins. Old school.
so basically in this division, I believe that Askar Askarov is the guy.
Okay.
That's my guy. End of 2022, he's the champ. I think Devinson Figueiredo takes his belt back from Brendan Moreno at 270.
Okay.
And then
That's fair.
Askarov beats Kai Kara France. Kai Kara France looked great against Cody Garbrandt, but I do think that he's going to lose to Askarov. And at the end of the year, Askarov and Devinson Figueiredo will fight, and Askar will be the champ. That's my
Okay. That's fair. That's fair. I like Kai Kara France's chances against Askarov actually, but I think Askarov is a beast. But to be honest, we'll get. I think the belt is between Moreno and Figueiredo at the end of the year. One of them, one of both have the belt. I think, but again, everything's possible. And
you remember when Figueiredo won that title, man? He looked like nobody was going to take that thing from him for a long time.
Yeah.
And then Brandon Moreno came out of nowhere. I mean, not out of nowhere, but we all knew who Brandon Moreno was. But I don't think anybody really had him honestly beating Devinson Figueiredo in that second. Like in that second fight when they were running it back, they're like, oh, well, Devinson Figueiredo was sick in the first fight and he had weight cut problems and blah, 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 blah.
He looked sicker in the second. He looked gassed and stuff.
Yeah. So it turns out maybe Figueiredo is more cut out to be a 135 or something. Maybe Brandon Moreno does end the year as a champ. But I'm gonna stick with Askarov, man. He's my guy, and
I can understand that. I think he got chances, definitely good chances.
There you go. So I got Askarov. You got either Moreno or Figueiredo. Strawweight. Strawweight. We got Rose Namajunas. Now, I honestly think this is a four woman conversation and only 4 women. Rose Namajunas, Weili Zhang, Carla Esparza, and Joanna's coming back. Joanna said she's coming back, and she's probably going to fight Weili in a part 2 of that first fight. And Rose is probably going to fight.
See her come back. I love Joanna.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I do too. I thought she beat Weili in the first one, so I want that ran back.
That judge, that one got judged cosmetically. That fight.
Yes, it did. Absolutely. Yeah. If her head wasn't swelled out,
like the GSP fight, GSP Johnny Hendricks.
Right, and if you just go back and watch that fight's on TV all the time. They play that. They play the shit out of that fight on ESPN, ESPN2. It's always on. They always have the Weili and Joanna fight because it's an amazing fight. It's probably the best female fight of all time. Every single time I watch it, I think Joanna won. I think she won 3 out of 5 easy. She outstruck her by like 80 fucking strikes. And really what it came down to was that swollen forehead.
Yeah.
That is it.
Absolutely.
And even right down to the last 10 seconds of the fight, when Joanna hit her with like a spinning back fist and busted her eye.
Rocked her.
Rocked her ass in the last 10 seconds.
Yeah.
I thought for sure I'm like, man, fucking Joanna did it. And other than that, you got Marina Rodriguez coming off a win over Mackenzie Dern. She's booked to fight. I can't say this girl's name. Another Chinese fighter. Her name is
Yan Xiaonan.
Yeah.
Nina Nunes. I can't remember Nina Nunes, but is she from Nunes family?
Yeah, and that's Nina Ansaroff. That's Remember Amanda Nunes married Nina, and is it
Oh,
Ansaroff? Nina and Sarah Ansaroff and Nina
that's
Ansaroff.
okay.
Yep.
That's
So
Nunes' wife. Okay.
she's the wife of Amanda Nunes.
Mm.
She's the one that had the baby.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, other than I don't see Tisha Torres or Karate Hottie or Amanda
Yeah.
Ibis, or any of them making any kind of real noise in this division.
No.
It comes down to
No.
Rose, Wei Lee, Carla Esparza. Carla Esparza is a tough fight for Rose Namajunas. So they're gonna book that one. Carla has looked great. 5 straight fights. She's
Yeah.
fucking strong. She's a great wrestler.
I don't like this fight. I see a boring ass domination on the top, and her winning.
Yep.
I don't like that. But that's the fight that's gonna happen next.
I do
think, so.
too, and I think that she and maybe I'm an asshole for saying this, is the number one problem I have with Rose is I don't think her heart is all the way in it all the time.
Yeah.
When
Yeah,
she said,
that's true. It all depends how she's gonna be mentally in this fight. I mean, it sounds a bit stupid, like that's all the fights like that. But obviously, that's even more a factor with Rose. She can be dog shit or
dude,
or
when
just
she
the greatest thing
when
ever.
she lost the title, and she said that it was a relief to lose the title. It was like a weight off her back that she doesn't have to be the champion anymore. For someone to say that, it just really makes me question their heart. I mean, their drive in the sport to begin with. Like, you were relieved to not be champion anymore. What the fuck? Who says that? No
But sometimes
champion
it's
says
just a phase, you know. She maybe just had a breakdown there. I mean, I know she's tend to have some issues apparently. Yeah, maybe she's good now and she should be dominant again for a while.
I honestly think Carla Esparza beats her.
Okay.
I do. I think Carla Esparza is a bad matchup for Rose. I think, like you said, she wrestles her down to the ground and she beats her up on the ground. Carla has looked great in 5 straight fights. I think Joanna comes back, gets her second fight with Wei Lee. I have no idea how Joanna is right now. I don't know, but she's one of my favorite fighters of all time. I think Joanna ends up with the belt at the end of the year.
I like that. Okay, I go for the same. You know what? I love the scenario. But yeah, I don't want to diminish Rose. I think she got chances as well. For me, it's 50-50 or Joanna.
Big Ben says, Carla, not a chance, Mish. Come on. I don't think you have
she
one.
Does.
She absolutely does. Carla has really sharpened her game in recent years, and she is on a 5-fight dominant win streak, and she's one of the best wrestlers in the 115-pound division.
Is she the best women's wrestler in the UFC? That's another question.
She might be. She is a dominant wrestler, but she has also mixed in and gotten much, much better at striking. She's not the same striker. She's not the same striker.
She'll get pissed up if she's tried to strike with Rose. Her striking, I don't think, is on the same level even than Zhang Weili. So
no. I'm not saying that, but her striking has gotten better. It's not the same Carla that got her head boxed off against fucking Joanna back in the day. She can actually, she can actually
use
throw
that
hands.
little striking to actually put her on the ground, and I see that coming often against Rose because I don't think she necessarily have the best takedown defense.
And she's beaten 4 straight really good fighters: Alexa Grasso, Michelle Waterson, Marina Rodriguez, and Yan Xiaoyan or Zhang, whatever, however you pronounce that.
Lots of strikers.
Yeah. So to me, I mean, Big Ben can call me a fucking idiot if he wants, but Tatiana Suarez hasn't been in the UFC for 2 years now. So Big Ben. Tatiana Suarez isn't even around right now. She's coming back from a massive fucking knee injury. Maybe when she gets back in there, we can talk about her.
No, but even I think even in general, sorry, I just read the comments. Even I think Esparza is a level above.
All right. Who I got Joanna being the champion at the end of the year. Who you got?
Is that cheating if I say Joanna too?
Nope, that's fine. You can go with that because that's the one.
I go with Joanna.
All right. Flyweight champion Valentina Shevchenko. Do we even have to talk about this? Is anybody in the UFC 125-pound strawweight division
No one.
I mean, a flyweight division take the belt from Valentina Shevchenko.
Fiorot is too far. Otherwise, no one.
No one. She
Except Manon Fiorot got chances, but she's too far. That's the only reason I wouldn't say Manon Fiorot.
no.
I don't say that because she's French.
They got the one girl, Talia. Is it Talia Santos?
Tyler Santos.
Talia Santos. She could be a dark horse, but otherwise, I mean, she's not. I don't have any of that. The only thing I see Valentina doing, maybe she takes one more of these girls. She's beaten 1, 2, 3, 4. She's 5, 6, 7. She's beating everybody. So what it comes down to is Valentina Shevchenko should go up to the 135-pound division and take the belt from Juliana Pena, but they're going to go ahead. They're going to give Juliana. I mean, they're going to give Amanda Nunes a rematch with Juliana. So we don't even know how that plays out. I don't even think we need to talk about this division. Does anybody beat Valentina Shevchenko?
Nobody. And but the only thing that's beating Valentina is retirement.
I think so. I think you're right.
I mean, she's fighting since 2003 in MMA. Like,
dude,
come on.
Right. She won the flyweight title. How many years ago was it now? 2018. So she's going to be at the end of this year, she will be a 4-year champion. And in those 4 years, respectively, she's fought 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, that's not even twice a year. 7 times, 8 times in 4 years. So it's twice a year. I wish they fought more often. But Valentina Shevchenko ends the year as the champion. Moving on to bantamweight.
I saw the last video of MMA On Point. They talk about that, the fact that they protect their high-ranked fighters by not making them fighting too much.
So, Juliana Pena versus Amanda Nunes rematch. Is that going to happen?
The rematch will happen. Yeah.
I hate that. I honestly do. I don't. Here's why. Because when Amanda Nunes beat Cyborg, Cyborg wanted that run back. And they basically told her she has to win a couple to get back in there.
But you know the difference. Dana doesn't like Cyborg.
I know that. I hate that. I hate that fucking he plays favorites because honestly, Amanda Nunes, they should shelf her for a minute, man. Everyone's tired of seeing her.
Make her fight Holly Holm again.
I would honestly put Juliana Pena in there against maybe let her defend the title once against the winner of Irene Aldana and Aspen Ladd. Let them fight.
Or even against Holly. That would be nice to see her.
Or her and Holly Holm would be nice. Yeah. I don't know. I honestly have no interest in seeing the rematch. Because honestly, I think if.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what happens and I don't care.
Okay. So with that said, Juliana Pena still got the title at the end of the year?
No, Holly Holm.
Holly Holm.
Is that much I don't care about this division. I just threw a random name.
I like it, dude. I like it. I mean,
she got chances, to be fair, but I don't know. It could be Vieira. It could be Kathleen Vieira got chances.
Kathleen Vieira just beat.
Maybe Kathleen Vieira. You know why not? Aspen Ladd.
She's a big girl, man.
Yeah,
she's a big girl for that. In that division, she's just she looks like she towers over her opponents. Kathleen Vieira does, and she beat up Miesha Tate.
To be fair, she reminds me of a bantamweight Manon Fiorot, right? Because she's way taller, she's way bigger as well, stronger, good striking, violence in a way, finishes girls, which is rare among girls. They don't often have finishes by KOs. I mean, I don't know, like Holly, because I like Holly.
Big Ben. Okay, so I'm gonna. I don't know who the champion. I'm gonna say Valentina Shevchenko.
Harrison, I forgot her.
I'm gonna. Yeah. So let's just breeze to that one. Then we'll talk about a couple events coming up, and then we'll close this out. Amanda Nunes is the one and only featherweight on their roster. As far as ranking, dude, they have one name in featherweight, and it's Amanda Nunes. She's the champion. Do they bring in somebody like a Kayla Harrison and get that? Like, do they do that, or do they nix this fucking
What the
division?
fuck is this division? Yeah, like fuck it. Like,
Just-
come on,
just-
let's or
dude.
just feel it, but don't do something like that. Like, come on. I mean, I know it was all the time, but the lightweight division got cancelled because it was not popular enough at some point. When
Yeah.
and it was popular enough. So it's like,
It's-
I don't know, like.
You got Bellator over
Fuck.
there. Bellator has cornered the market on 145-pound female fighters because
Yeah.
Scott Coker and Bellator open arms welcomed Chris Cyborg in.
Yeah.
And with welcoming in the best 145-pounder in the world, not named Amanda Nunes, they have built a division around Chris Cyborg over there with Julia Budd and they got the fucking the Aussie fucking whatever fist, the Aussie fister, whatever.
That's not MMA.
Yeah. But they got some good girls over there, man. None of them, and they got Kat Zingano over there, and they got some girls over there.
Yeah.
They should just cancel this division. I think so. That's I'm going to say, but
I don't know. Do they have really that much of money problem that they can fill a featherweight division with girls that not going to be not that much paid, because there wouldn't be like stars and UFC work like that, and it's fair. The lowest gets paid less, but and maybe creating an atomweight division for the smaller girls. No, that exists everywhere in all the big promotions.
I think it's way more likely that they start an atomweight division than keeping this division around.
Which is weird. There is big girls.
There's a lot of big girls. I don't know why. And
I would like to see big girls. Like, why putting more like even thinner girls, that there would be even less finishes and it would be super fast and nothing, like.
So Amanda Nunes probably keeps the title, or they cancel that fucking division altogether.
They would probably more cancel it, I guess. Or maybe no, they'll do the Kayla Harrison fight, but for what? Like, if you don't feel it behind.
So Kayla Harrison came out and said that she won't fight Amanda Nunes, right?
Okay.
With that said, say she goes over and fights Chris Cyborg. Do you think Kayla Harrison beats Chris Cyborg?
Oh, that's something else. That's not the UFC.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying, say Kayla Harrison.
No, I know. Just
say Kayla Harrison doesn't come to the UFC because her and Amanda Nunes are BFFs and they don't want to fight each other, and she's the only featherweight over there in the UFC.
They're really friends, like, so that's why they don't fight.
Yeah, they train together and stuff. So
shit!
Yeah, they train together. You go on their social media; they're always hugging on each other and shit.
Okay, I didn't check. So I don't follow Nunes enough to know that.
Yeah, but anyway, so with that said,
no, Cyborg beats her.
Big Ben says kills Cyborg. I gotta see it, man. I gotta see it. I love Chris Cyborg. I think she's great. She might be
Cyborg by homicide.
He says Cyborg by homicide. Kayla is great, but she has been fighting PFL competition.
Yeah, come on, it's not the same.
Chris Cyborg has lost one time in 17 years to Amanda Nunes. One time. So I don't know. We'll see. That division bores me. I mean, that conversation just sucks. So fuck it. They strike. Big Ben says, Kayla hugged me. You are the man, Big Ben. I love you.
That's nice.
We have an event coming up this weekend, man.
Yes.
We got an event, first event of the year 2022. You got Calvin Kattar making his return to the octagon after getting punched 500 fucking times in the head 1 year ago, almost to the day, by Max Holloway, taking on Giga Chikadze. Wow, I like this main event. The rest of the card,
yeah, these fights I'm looking more actually in the prelims than in the main event, like Court McGee, Brahi match. I mean, I am looking for Court McGee and Brian Kelleher.
Boom Kelleher is always a fucking entertaining fight.
That's
He's
the cool
fighting a
one.
guy whose name I cannot pronounce, even if I tried. But you got, I mean, you
Yeah,
got
I didn't
Chase
try it.
Sherman in the heavyweight division. He's
Chase
fighting
Sherman,
Jay
yeah,
Collier. You got
that's a good one.
Brandon Royval versus Buntorin is an interesting one. Caitlin
That's gonna be
Chukagian.
fire.
See, the co-main event does nothing for me. Caitlin Chukagian versus Jennifer Maia.
The
Honestly,
co-main event is on Shalikov versus Pereira. Don't tell
what
me it got cancelled. Did
I'm
it got
looking at.
cancelled?
Wait, which fight are you looking at?
Michel Pereira versus Muslim Shalikov.
It's not even on this list. They must have canceled the fight.
No.
Let me see.
Fuck's
This
sake. I'm definitely
is
not gonna watch. I'm definitely not gonna go up to at the bed at 5 for watching that.
yep, it's not on the card.
Oh,
So
fuck's
okay,
sake.
let's just go main event here. Main event, Calvin Cater
I'm too bummed.
got Calvin Cater got a decade taken off of his life last year against Max Holloway. Max Holloway put on quite
a decade.
He got a
Yeah,
decade taken off. Yeah. He got 10 years taken off his life by one of the greatest performances I have ever seen. Max Holloway he had the fucking last dragon glow in that fucking fight. There was nobody stopping him that day. Unbelievable. Does Calvin Cater bounce back after a year off and take on a
No.
up and comer like Giga and get a win?
No, not. I don't see him beating Giga.
No.
I think I would have picked Giga even before the beating he took last time. I know I don't know how he is, like even physically, mentally, his chin might be hurt. I don't know. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I'm saying
I get
Giga as
Giga,
well.
and for the rest of the card, I mean, who cares of Kathleen Chukagian and Jennifer Maia? I mean,
Yep. Hey,
especially Kathleen
classic,
Chukagian.
right? Classic. I'm the best boxer. Look, Dana, I'm the best boxer. When he's letting Cater jab him while he's talking. He's like taking shots inside of the face while he's talking to
Yeah.
Dana, and then he's like pop, pop, pop. Not even looking. He's not even looking at Cater.
It must be
man.
so depressing if you're like fighting a guy and he's beating you up and he's talking to the boss.
So I was up at a condo in Vermont or New Hampshire on a ski trip with a bunch of these 3 other families, and so we're up there and we had the TV on, and it was I want to say it was like the Saints versus Packers NFL playoff game, and the guys in the room are all watching this football game, and I'm watching Max versus Cater on my phone.
Right.
And I'm going, oh my God. Oh, I'm going, oh shit. Oh, I'm like, whoa, what the fuck? Everyone in the room's like, what are you doing? I'm like, put it on ESPN right now. And they're like, I think it might have been on ABC. It was on ABC, right? I think it was like the first one on ABC. And I'm like, put it on ABC. Put it on. And they put it on in the 4th round. And all the guys in the room that are not diehard MMA fans watched round 4 and 5 of Max Holloway dismantling. And they were all like, what the fuck? They're like, are they always like this? I'm like, no, they're not always like this. Not always like this at all, man. It's fucking awesome. And last thing we're gonna talk about here, real quick. We gotta talk.
Sorry, I'm between.
We gotta talk about UFC 270, Francis Ngannou versus Cyril Gane, Brandon Moreno.
That's a
versus,
good card. This card is nice. Oh,
yeah, this
nice.
is a very nice card. You got Cody Stamann and Saeed Nurmagomedov. You got Greg Hardy and Alexei Oleinik.
My boy, that's my favorite fighter all time.
Who is?
I love Alexei Oleinik.
Oh yeah,
I love
favorite
this guy.
Fighter of all time.
No, right. one of my. He's definitely top 5.
All right, we won't go through the whole thing. I mean, you got a lot of people on here that are interesting fighters. You got Kay Hansen down at the bottom, Matt Frivola.
Yeah, true. That's some all good matchups.
Yeah, but the main event and the co-main event are the ones we need to talk about. Co-main event: Brandon Moreno versus Deiveson Figueiredo. Part 3.
And the fight just before as well is exceptional. Movsar Evloev, Ilya Topova is great because he's 2 undefeated guys. It doesn't happen quite often. So that's one to watch as well.
Oh, okay.
But
Yeah.
for Moreno Figueiredo, I mean, I don't know. I feel Moreno can repeat the success of his last time, definitely. Figueiredo got the tools, but I want to say Moreno.
The
He
thing
showed
is,
he had an edge.
like we talked about their last two fights, right? Both fights.
Mm.
Both fights, Figueiredo struggled with the weight cut.
Yeah.
Was supposedly sick in both events. He got a point taken away in the first one. You remember that?
Yeah, true.
And if he didn't lose that, he probably would have won the fight against Brandon Moreno in the first one. But in the second one, Brandon Moreno beat him fair and square throughout that entire fight. I think, me personally, I think Brandon Moreno takes this one.
Yeah, it's a complicated one because it could go either way, definitely. Technically, from what we know, at least, of those two together. But yeah, I got Moreno too. I got Moreno. Yeah,
and which is funny because earlier in the show, I think I picked.
Yeah, Figueiredo. You picked Figueiredo too, but that's a proof that's how close is this matchup.
It is a toss up, but we got okay. Let's talk about the main event real quick.
Yeah.
Francis Ngannou, 6'4", 265-pound monster. Cyril Gane, 6'4", 260-pound monster, 257 or 50-pound monster. They're very similar in size. They're former training.
You will think the Ngannou is much bigger.
And Ngannou with that 83-inch reach, who he usually has like a fucking massive reach advantage over everybody. Cyril Gane has an 81-inch reach. So it's a 2-inch, it's only a 2-inch advantage on so it's really not an advantage. They have trained together, they have sparred together. Supposedly Cyril Gane has gotten the better of Francis Ngannou in sparring sessions. Who do you got winning this one and how?
I got Cyril, but I could say by stoppage, but that would be a bit too much, I think. I definitely Cyril's chances in this one. It's a tough fight to pick.
They are the most like evenly sized title fight. Like I can't remember two guys that look so similar in size and stature. Who happen to have trained together in the past. One guy is known for his power. The other guy clearly is the more technical fighter, although Francis has gotten better. It's such a fucking tough one, man. It's a tough one to call.
I got Gane because I'm guided by my heart, I guess. But no, as well, I think he got the tools. He got the good way. He's good at slipping the really dangerous punches of Ngannou, and he got good counters for that, like the uppercuts and stuff. I don't know,
dude. You know what's crazy about since Francis lost 2 in a row to Stipe and Derek Lewis, he has fought 5 times.
Yeah,
and only fought for 6 rounds. First round knockout of Curtis Blades. First round knockout of Cain Velasquez. First round knockout of Junior Dos Santos. First round knockout of Jardinho Rosenstrike, and then second round knockout of Stipe Miocic. That is a insane 5-fight win streak. And then you go to Cyril Gane. Cyril Gane has beaten Tanner Boser, Junior Dos Santos, Jardinho Rosenstrike, Alexander Volkov, and Derek Lewis, and knocked out 2 out of the 5.
Yeah, and the 2 toughest, to be fair.
He knocked out Junior Dos Santos and Derek Lewis. So this could be like the most evenly, like I know I'm being like recency bias here, but this might be the most evenly matched up heavyweight fight that I can think of.
Yeah, true. Maybe credentials that beats Ngannou seems a bit higher, even if Ngannou didn't fight Volkov. That's something Volkov could cause problem to Ngannou, I think.
The only thing, I mean, the major difference here is that Cyril has proven that he can go late rounds.
Yeah.
He's done it often. He's beaten guys with submissions. He's got a better ground game than Francis, I believe.
Yeah, that's true. You said there is 2 knockouts, but there was submissions. He got nasty heel hooks.
He
beat a guy by heel hook in 2020 or something like that. Come on, guys, it's crazy.
He's got a few submissions. He's got
Ken Shamrock style.
So there it is, man. Make your prediction. You said Cyril Gane.
Cyril.
How does he do it?
Heel hook.
You're gonna go with a submission?
He wouldn't. He wouldn't dare a submission, at least not like that. Not this type of submissions.
Here's where I'm going with it. Cyril goes into the 3rd, maybe 4th round, and finishes him on the ground by strikes.
On the ground? Okay.
I think
he wrestled him and ground.
I think he wrestles him down, he holds him down, and he pounds him out, and they fucking stop the fight, and Cyril Gane unifies the title. And
that would be crazy. Yeah, I see it now. Yeah. I could see as well Ngannou gassing out and Cyril doing good work on the body.
Cyril's a big man. Ngannou is fighting a guy the exact same size as him that has a better gas tank and has better grappling and has more in the toolbox than Francis, who is just a well-known striker. I think.
And he showed he could hurt people.
Big Ben says. Big Ben says, Leo, listen, head kick. Cyril is going to knock him out with a head kick.
I'd like to see that. Anyway, I'd like whatever is the way. This is the way.
Okay. Well, Big Ben, here's what I'm going to do. 3rd round, Cyril puts him down to the ground with a head kick, gets on top of him, finishes him on the floor. There it is. Your new champion, Cyril Gane.
I like it.
I like it too, man. Awesome. So it's good catching up with you. I hope everybody that tunes into this can, agree, disagree, whatever. Drop in the comments if you think we're fucking stupid. But I think, honestly, there was only like 2 divisions that we thought the champion that starts the year is going to end the year. And I think it was Valentina Shevchenko and Kamaru. Israel Adesanya.
Israel Adesanya.
It was Israel and Valentina, and everybody else's champions are switching hands.
Yeah. And Conor possibly.
And Conor could be the champion by the end of 2022. You heard it from Leo first. Perfect, Mish. We all work together. Thank you guys for coming on tonight. We'll do this again sometime. I'm feeling great now. I'm back to work tomorrow. Maybe 2 Mondays from now, we'll catch back up.
All right.
2 Mondays from now. 2 Mondays from now will be after the Cyril Gane and Francis Ngannou event. So
yeah, true. So we will know, at least we will have the first answer to what we say today.
Oh, Big Ben says Amanda Nunes. We did say that, but I also said that they're going to cancel that division.
Yeah.
So maybe she will be the last featherweight champion in the history of the UFC, because they're going to get rid of that fucking goddamn division. With that said, you guys tune in Wednesday. We got a lineup of Cage Wars MMA fighters coming on, and then Thursday night we got Alan Belcher and Quentin Henry coming on with me and Mike. So
Alan Belcher, that's cool. The coolest tattoo in the UFC.
Yeah, greatest tattoo in the history of MMA.
One of the greats of the old days. Around, I think 2006, he was fighting in the UFC or something like that.
Oh man, he's been around for a long time. He's 50 pounds bigger now than he was when he was in the UFC. You should see him. He's a fucking monster.
Such a great striker, great kicks, and amazing. It was always a pleasure to watch him. And,
yeah, man. Well, Leo, good talking to you as always. Let's go ahead and wrap this up. Everybody tune in Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern time to watch all these Cage Wars animals talk to me and Mike. Peace.